Today's story is about a couple of best friends who went on a trip to the sea. Everything was going well, with laughter and enjoyment, but suddenly, tragedy strikes, and they find themselves stranded in the middle of the ocean. Hoping for help, they board the boat of a stranger who initially appears helpful, but they don't realize he's not who they think he is. In a flash, he captures them, rendering them unconscious, and commits horrific acts that we'll explore in today's story. And the story begins by showing a girl named Kaya who lives with her younger brother and her dad. A few days ago, her mother died in a boat accident, and that shock has taken away the joy and happiness from this house. Everyone is silent in their grief, but Kaya keeps herself strong to handle the situation. She takes full care of her younger brother and does not let her father feel alone. And because of this, she had almost stopped going out. But today, her friend Tessa has called her so that she can go out and roam around in the boat in which her mother died. Kaya's dad is repairing the boat. Every time he sees it, he remembers that moment. Kaya didn't want to leave him in that state, but she tells him she's going with Tessa. After several days, she leaves the house in a jeep. She reaches the beach and meets Tessa, where they're going on a jet ski trip. Tessa tells her that her boyfriend is also coming with them, but Kaya doesn't like to be in large crowds. Tessa advises her not to worry. "My boyfriend's brother is also coming with me. He's my friend, and you'll like it too." After much persuasion, Kaya agrees. When they meet the brothers, we learn that they make vlogs, and that they had planned the entire day. They said they would travel to a nearby island on their jet ski and return by evening. The four set off on their jet skis. Tessa sits with Xander, Kaya sits with Julian, and many others. Enjoying themselves, the four reach the island in no time. Tessa spends time with her boyfriend, and Kaya sits and chats with Xander. Gradually, the conversation progresses, and their conversations become personal. Xander impresses Tessa, and Tessa feels very comfortable talking to him. After this, they all laugh and have fun, as if all their troubles have been left behind for a while. Kaya and Xander swim a little distance away. After some time, they decide to return, and this is where the story takes a dangerous turn. In an attempt to impress Tessa, Julian increases his speed, and Xander follows behind with Kaya. But neither of them realizes how costly this prank will be. Suddenly, due to the high speed, the jet ski overturns, and both of them fall into the water. Meanwhile, Xander comes from behind at a high speed, and without looking, drives the jet ski directly over Julian. Then they both collide directly with their jet ski and fall into the water. A little slip of the handle caused something to happen to them in a moment. Xander's head was hit so hard that he was badly injured and unconscious. Within a few moments, both jets also drown in the water. Kaya somehow manages to hold Tessa, and they both find Xander also injured. But Julian is nowhere to be seen. They keep calling for him for a long time, but there is no response. They look around, hoping he might be lying unconscious somewhere, but they cannot see anything. But the truth was that he died as soon as the collision happened, and he sank under the sea. They become very sad because they never imagined that so much could happen due to a single injury. Now Kaya and Tessa are swimming in the middle of the ocean with Xander, and they were not able to understand what to do. Then, by chance, they see a boat some distance away. They start shouting loudly, due to which the captain of the boat, Ray, sees them. He quickly moves towards them. Coming closer, he understands that there has been an accident and they need help. He pulls all three of them up one by one and says that now they are completely safe. But the one who is most injured is the one who was injured the most. Xander is unconscious and has lost a lot of blood. After a while, Tessa goes inside to use the bathroom, where Ray is already present. During this time, she notices something strange. Ray repeatedly looks at Kaya, who is caring for Xander. Kaya calls out to Tessa, but there's no response. When she doesn't return for a long time, Kaya goes in to check on him. Ray is busy applying a chemical to cotton wool. Kaya thinks he might be taking medication to clean his wound, so she stands there and thanks him for saving her life. But the next moment, everything changes. While talking, Ray suddenly applies the same cotton wool to Kaya's mouth, and within seconds, she falls unconscious. It becomes clear that Ray is not who he appears to be. As soon as Kaya falls unconscious, he locks her in a large container on the boat and locks it from above. He leaves Xander where he was lying injured for 2 or 3 hours. When Kaya opens her eyes, she is terrified to find herself in a dark, enclosed space. Tessa, also unconscious nearby, is awakened. The container resembles a room, and it seems someone had been trapped there before. They find "help" written on a stick, meaning someone trapped there had asked for help before. There were bloodstains on the mattress in the room, and the girl's hair was also found there. Seeing this, both of them understand that they are not the first people to be imprisoned here. Tessa begins to cry in fear and softly says that she wishes she had never come to this island, but regretting it now won't change anything. They must find a way out. The next morning, after a day's sleep, Ray opens the upper door and gives them a bucket of rotten fish to eat. Kaya pleads with him. "Please let us go. We need to see a doctor, and I have a little brother who needs me inside." But Ray pushes them away, saying, "This is my boat, and here. Only my will prevail. If you even try to escape from here, I will kill you both and feed you to the mosquitoes." Saying this, he closes the door. We then see Ray chopping up the mosquitoes and eating them raw, without cooking them. It seemed like he always did this. Completely carefree, fearless. Kaya and Tessa were terrified and couldn't understand why they had been captured. Meanwhile, Xander lay injured, almost dead. Then, in the afternoon, suddenly the sound of a ship's whirring sound was heard. Kaya and Tessa heard it too, thinking that perhaps the police had arrived and they might be saved. But the truth was far more dangerous. In reality, it was a doctor who left his ship a little distance away and arrived in a small boat. The first person he saw was Xander, who was almost dying. He said, "He's still alive, so it's all right. He'll be useful to us." Then he went down with Ray, where Kaya and Tessa were cowering in a corner. He said, "I'm a doctor, so tell me who's hurt." Tessa came forward, frightened, and the doctor examined him. But both of them, fearing they were being held captive, were silent, knowing they were in cahoots. This is where the story takes a turn, where it's difficult to distinguish between help and danger. The doctor and Ray then arrive at the top. They strike a deal, and it's then revealed that this is an organ mafia network that targets helpless people and trades their organs. They then bring Xander home, and the doctor, fully prepared, brings out a powerful machine. Kaya tries to see through the crack in the door to see what these people are doing to Xander. Just then, Xander's screams are heard, so terrifying that they both tremble with fear. Gradually, Xander's screams subside. She understands the truth and begins to cry. There's no mercy here. Every part of her body is removed one by one, and once the work is done, the body is thrown into the ocean. The doctor then says that the other girl is also injured, so we'll treat her that night, and I'll take the one who's well with me. I have a wealthy client. We'll get a lot of money for that. Ray agrees without thinking, because that's his job. Pretend to rescue people stranded at sea and then sell them. A few hours later, the two return, this time grabbing Tessa and dragging her up. Kaya tries to stop them, but Ray knocks her unconscious. After a while, Ray picks up Tessa and takes her to the doctor. Before starting his work, the doctor plays loud music to prevent the sound from spreading too far. But then Kaya regains consciousness and hears Tessa's screams. She realizes Tessa is still alive, and if she is to be saved, something must be done quickly. To get out, she tries to open a fan inside the container. After pushing with all her strength, the fan opens, and she somehow manages to escape. Meanwhile, the men tie Tessa's hands and feet, and the doctor is about to begin his work after sedating her. Kaya quietly reaches Ray's room, just when Ray arrives, so she immediately hides in the engine room. After going to his bathroom, she comes out and immediately starts looking for a weapon to save Tessa. When she finds a spear gun, she is alone and scared, but still musters up the courage to come out and point it at the doctor. The doctor sees her, Car is shocked, but he tries to engage Kaya in conversation, but Kaya doesn't give him a chance and fires the gun. The doctor is wounded and weakened. Kaya quickly frees one of Tessa's hands. An enraged doctor attacks Kaya and begins strangling him. Tessa takes a knife and stabs him in the neck. After taking 3 or 4 steps, the doctor begins to writhe in pain and dies on the spot. They both flee immediately. Ray arrives and, seeing the doctor's body, becomes alarmed. He begins searching for them everywhere, and first deflates the airboat to prevent them from escaping. However, they are not using a boat, but floating in the water, heading towards the doctor's ship. Ray goes up to look for them, and turning on his flashlight, sees them fleeing. He immediately tries to start his boat, but the engine won't start. He goes down to check, so the engine wire was cut. In fact, Kaya had already cut the engine wire because she had already anticipated that Ray would chase them, and she knew that to escape, she would have to somehow get Tessa to the doctor's ship. Ray becomes completely confused for a moment and starts thinking of a dangerous way to catch them. Meanwhile, Tessa was unable to swim properly due to her injuries. Kaya desperately tries to take her along, but Tessa's courage is failing. She tells Kaya to go alone, fearing they will both die. Kaya then decides to go to the ship alone and bring help. After this, she swims alone and somehow reaches the ship. There, she first calms herself down, as she has become weak from hunger and thirst. Now she has to start the ship, but she doesn't know much about it. She checks several buttons but finds nothing. Then she finds a radio and contacts the Coast Guard. She tells them that a fisherman has kidnapped her and her friend, and that she is trapped inside a ship. She is told to send her location to help, and to do so, she must find an emergency radio beacon device, which can provide location information. Kaya sets out to search for her, but first finds a flare gun, which she keeps. The Coast Guard says they won't be able to find her without the beacon device. It's shaped like a bottle and must be thrown into the water to activate it. Kaya searches everywhere and finally finds the beacon. As she moves toward the water to activate it, she senses someone swimming toward the ship. Suspecting it to be Ray, she silently hides in the doctor's bedroom. Ray then arrives on the ship and begins searching for her like a predator. But Kaya is also smart and doesn't stop there. She manages to get out and throw the beacon into the water, so she comes up again and slowly moves forward. But then Ray sneaks up behind her and attacks her with a knife. Kaya collapses weakened, but she refuses to give up. She pretends she's dying and wants to embrace him. Then, as Ray approaches, Kaya shoots a Mooper flare at him, causing Ray to bleed to death. Kaya herself was now severely injured and slowly losing consciousness from the excessive bleeding. Still, she musters up courage and reaches the shore. She attempts to throw the beacon device into the water, but it gets stuck on the shore. Kaya also faints in the same state. The ship continues to sway due to the waves throughout the night. Slowly, the beacon falls into the water, instantly activating. In the morning, the Coast Guard arrives with a boat and helicopter, and Kaya is found lying unconscious. His condition was very serious, so he was quickly taken to the hospital by helicopter. Just as they were about to leave, they spotted Tessa floating in the water. She was still alive and was immediately pulled up. Both were in dire straits, and Tessa was in tears. She never imagined that a short trip would lead them to a place where they would have to fight to the death to return alive. Eventually, they were brought safely to shore. Upon reaching there, they smiled at each other, as if they couldn't believe they had returned. Life had given them a second chance, but there was also a deep shock. He lost his friends forever. And with that, this story ends. So, friends, please let us know how you liked the story in the comments. Your one comment gives us a lot of energy and brings a different kind of happiness to our heart.